Hey everybody, I'm Ed Thayer from Jackson, Michigan, and welcome to Thayer Art Studios. Today we are going to build a kick-ass Punisher lamp. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the equipment. Today I'm using a Hobart 140 MIG welder, which is a 110 unit. You just plug it into the wall, hook up your gas bottle, you're good to go. Also a 110 unit plasma cutter, the Air Force 12 CI. I really like this unit. It's portable, lightweight, and it'll cut just about anything you want to do as far as building artwork. So for you beginners out there, I want to emphasize on don't worry about what your welds look like. If it holds, if it sticks, you're good to go. And as you get more into this, you'll see you'll become a better welder. But for right now, let's just build some cool stuff. So I'm going to use this for the base of the lamp, and I also have a piece of pipe that kind of relatively fits in there fairly decent. I'm going to have to level it out and weld it. But what we're going to do is we're going to weld this to this. Now the pipe is hollow so the wire can run down through here, but we also need to put some feet on it. I just want to lift it up, half an inch, just enough so the lamp's not sitting on the cord. So we're going to mount the pole into the gear, and you can see there's some slop here. So I'm just going to tack weld it, get it level, and then I'm going to tilt it over and I'm going to weld it from underneath. So here we go. Hey guys, let's talk a little bit about safety equipment. You definitely need a good pair of welding gloves, safety glasses of course, and you definitely want a good welding helmet. The welding jacket is also important, protects you from sparks. And for guys like me who wear glasses, I just purchased this face shield so I can still wear my prescription glasses and still be safe. I'd like to thank Hobart for sending me some of this. Now let's get back at it. There we go. Looks fairly straight. Now we're going to put the feet on it. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to weld a washer on the top of this. And then we're going to weld another washer to that washer, which is going to actually fit the post that the light socket itself is going to set on. First, I'm just going to tack it on, and then I'm going to level it out. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is going to end up in here, and this is what you're going to screw your light bulb socket on, and then the wire runs down through there. So in order for this to fit this hole, I'm going to mount this on right now, because once it's on there, you can't tighten it up, so you got to do it all right now. And here you go. Now this, I'll weld to here. You screw your light socket on after you run the wire, you're good to go. Okay, so our next step is to cut out our Punisher. Now I drew this out of a piece of paper because it's a lot easier to try to sit here and draw it on the metal. So I drew it out, and now I'm just going to trace this on the metal, and then we're going to use the plasma cutter to cut this out. electric grinder. You can grind a pattern in it. Gives it a totally cool look. So now next step is I'm gonna weld the braces on the back side of this that's gonna mount to the pole. I already pre-cut these two pieces here, but I want to kind of get them in the center. So I'm just gonna eyeball a center line. Now we're gonna mount it. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some flames to this bad boy. And I know my measurement, I can't be higher than 2 foot and more than 7. So I'm just gonna draw out a grid here. And then I'm just gonna kind of freehand the flames. I know this is the edge that's gonna go up against the pole, so I'm just gonna kind of just freehand them. So now that we have all the metal work done, I just want to show you, you see me plasma cut the flames and all that. I just welded the tabs on here, welded that, centered it up. Same thing here, just tack welded those on. I try to hide my welds as much as possible. It gives it more of a clean look. So now I'm going to take this back to my home studio and I'm going to wire this up and probably make a pretty cool custom lampshade for it. All right, so now I'm in my home studio. I ran the wire, and you can see how simple this really is. You're gonna just connect the 2 wires, and then there's a cardboard sleeve, and then you're gonna pull on the wire until that goes down tight. Good to go. This here is your shield. Just clips in, like so. Screw in your light bulb. And there we go, we have light. So, I talked about making a lampshade. I had this little display piece, and all I did was weld a rod onto a washer, and then I cut that center section out, ground it, and then welded it on each end, center of course. And now it just fits right on. And there you go. So you can basically use anything, or you can just go purchase one. These kits are only like $13, real easy to put on, and there you go. All right, so initially I was gonna have the flames running up this post, but then once I cut them out and I realized it was too busy, the skull was hiding too many of the flames, that plan didn't work out. So what I did was I took those same exact flames and I just cut them off shorter, welded them here to the base, and then I bent them up to get a little creative and give it some movement. So I guess the lesson to be learned here is that, yeah, go with your idea. If that doesn't work out, you can always, adjust for that and just be creative and, make it work. So if you like what I'm doing, please like, share, and subscribe to my videos because we got some more badass art coming up.